So welcome to our week 3, session 5, and it's Monday, January 25th. And this week, these are our announcements. And make sure you're using Adobe Flash CC 2015. If you have any concerns about that, contact Jason Merrill. Now, I do want to talk to you about the lynda.com subscription. I've been informed that our subscription for the school will begin February 1st, and that's in 5 days. And so in the meantime, I've been asked to record the lecture, or the videos that are part of our lecture, and then upload those directly to our class, just so that you don't. If your temporary trial membership has expired, then you can just take advantage of those links. So I'll be doing that. Hopefully, finish it up tonight and upload that to our announcements. So again, February 1st, that will begin. We'll give you more information as it becomes available, so that you can have your full subscription. Also, I don't know why that's happening. Sorry about that. I'm just going to use my arrows here. So this week, I was going to say, Misty has posted her hours, or I actually posted them for her. So she's available now. You can see those. This is our agenda this week. We're going to go this hour. We're going to go over the objectives for week 3 and the readings and tools review, and then we're going to discuss the discussion. And then after that, we're going to take a break and then go over the assignment this week. So this week, we're going to be bringing our concept to life with creating our final assets for our self-promotional infographic. And what that means is we're going to be animating and introducing animation to our infographic. Okay. So the objectives, number 1, define and execute a good composition for our UX UI, and here's where we're starting to animate, create interactivity. We'll create high-level functionality with scripting to engage the end user, and then develop a script library for this and future animated projects. So I think I mentioned about script library. Adobe Flash comes with some built-in snippets, and we're going to discover, well, that happened again. Sorry. We're going to discover how to find more code that we can use that's open source and available for us. And just as a reminder, we're creating a conceptualized and created a self-promotional infographic. It's interactive and animated. And then we'll deploy it so it can be viewed on the internet and mobile devices and a standalone application also. So these are the readings and tools. Like I said, this is just a link to lynda.com. It's a 2-minute, 49-second video. And let's see if I can... see if I can share that on the screen. Okay, so do you see the up and running with Flash right now? on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this is the short up and running with Flash video that it's basically an overview that will give you an interactive self-promo example, and I'll record this so that if anybody's tutorial or trial membership has expired, they'll be able to watch that. And then the other thing that we are going to focus on this week is there's a 1 hour and 45 minute. Here we have what is called Creative Cloud updates, and here you can see 1 hour and 51 minutes, and this is really the entire class is that long, and right now these are locked when you don't have membership, and so I'll just make sure that I want to make sure that the Associate Dean is intending for me to record this entire 1 hour and 51 minutes and save it and upload it. I'm pretty sure that's the intent, but I just need to confirm with her. And I think I'll do that during our break. I'll send her an email just so I can tell you one way or the other what our intent is. But this is a full 1 hour and 51 minutes, and and you have to have either trial membership working, or you need to have a subscription. So I'll just confirm that with her. So let's now talk about our discussion this week. This one is going to be talking about the creation of a snippet library. Many designers have the time or even the ability to write JavaScript code from scratch. Now, you don't have the time, so that's a good thing about I think my mouse is doing that, so I'm just going to put my mouse down and just use my arrows. Even developers that do know how to create the functionality of JavaScript from scratch, they still build a snippet library to refer back to for future projects. And in this discussion, we will research sites that provide snippets that you can use in your infographic, as well as for future projects. And for this discussion, you research sources for JavaScript code snippet tutorials that are not already in Animate. So it's not already there. So okay, so hopefully you can see building a code snippet library. Now you're only looking for sources here, and note that it's not locked until you post. So you're going to be able to scroll down and see some examples of other students and ones that they liked and found. And you don't want to reuse these. You actually want to find some new ones. So that's what Rhonda has done. Adam posted, and then Rhonda has done that. So she went and found some different ones than the ones that he found. Thecodeplayer.com is a great website for that. And so what you're doing is just clicking, and your goal is to just, I'm going to take that off, delete it, and then here, just go to the website, and you can use some of these as what you like. So there's one that we were just looking at, for example. And
there were so many I liked.
What's that?
There were so many that I liked.
Yeah. So these are really good for websites. And so the challenge is to take these codes and then use them right in your animation. And what I'd like to do is spend some time on Wednesday night helping you pick and choose some of these that you might want to use, or you can use the ones that are already built in to Flash, and then we can incorporate them into your animation. So the first part is to just find 2 different tutorials, list the title, put a link to the source of your snippet, and then describe what the code does. Yeah, it needs some step-by-step video or tutorial that explains how to write the code. So let's choose one here. So there it's being animated right here. Playing the walkthrough here tells you what to type. So what this person is doing is they're coding, and this is just like a screen capture of that. And there on the right side it is displaying the output. So this is JavaScript code that the coder is writing now. And if you remember, we worked on the canvas, if you recall, last week. We did some examples with canvas, the canvas object. If you recall, the HTML document itself has the canvas defined in it as a tag, and then the JavaScript, and there's an ID. And the JavaScript will then go and grab that and begin working with it. So the nice thing is you don't need to learn how to type this from scratch. You can just copy and paste this information and use it as a code snippet. It's interesting because you're watching a person do programming. And this is just a screen capture of that whole process.
You can change it to your own different colors and things like that too, though, can't you?
Yeah, after we've copied and pasted the code and then brought it into our code snippet library, we can do that.
Okay.
Make changes. So that is that's what happens when you play the walkthrough. If you want to view the code, there's what eventually is created. This is the HTML. Oops, sorry, gotta make sure I'm clicked on it. That's the HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So here they're creating a JavaScript and literally creating it from JavaScript. So it's not being defined as a tag in HTML. It's being created. If you remember the document object model, the JavaScript has a final say, and it's complete power to make changes to the web page on the fly. And so it even has the power to create the canvas tag on the fly. And that's what's going on here. Now, this is not HTML. This is all JavaScript. And a little bit of CSS, not much. And nothing in the HTML. So let's find another one just to, in fact, this was one that I think, viewing the code, see, here we have HTML, and it looks like being done in, let's see, CSS is here, and the JavaScript is down in here. There's the canvas tag. So HTML is pretty straightforward. It's just the canvas. And then JavaScript is going to, you can see there, get element by ID, the C. That's the ID, the C right there. And so this is all being done in JavaScript there. So this would be a code snippet. And there's some CSS too. So there's HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, you would have to do a little tailoring to incorporate this into yours, but that would be something we could work on. Look at the code for this one. Taking a while for some reason. I wonder if there's some dependencies in this that are taking a while to come up. So the discussion is just having you pick two of these and talk about them. There you go. Isn't that awesome? You know, it's important that you realize that you don't have to, in this class, create, you know, this is kind of interesting because on one hand, we're encouraging you to be sure to use your own, create your own assets. And if you look at the assignment, by the way, can you see what do you see on my screen right now? Do you see the home page?
The week 1, week 2, week 3.
Okay, good. So here's what's really interesting. We are encouraging you to create your own original art for any buttons and graphics. Look, in this week, we're actually encouraging you to go and look at, you know, if you don't have the time or ability to write JavaScript code, you can create, you can build a snippet library from other people's work. And so last week we said create your own images, but this week we're kind of saying, but you might want to take advantage of coding that somebody else has already created. So you can see that we're wanting to hold you to the standard of using your own, creating your own images, but we're allowing you to build a library using the code of somebody else. Now, so someone will probably ask me, can we use this code in our final assignment? You know, if we like some of these animations, is it okay? Well, that is what we need to be clear on so that everybody, I am pretty sure that the associate dean is okay if we use some coding from our code snippet library. See, add the interactivity so it's finished functioning self-pro. So it's not totally clear whether or not we can incorporate some of these, but I'll ask the associate dean during our break on whether or not we can use code snippets from the internet, open source code snippets, because it's okay to use the code snippets that Adobe Flash is providing us. You know what I'm talking about in the Adobe Flash interface. But now the question is it okay to use somebody else's codes like this? Does everybody understand what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yes, as long as we use our own photos and drawings. And it's use that for like background or whatever.
Right. We have you can use your images, but the code and the snippets, I think it might be okay for us to use the I don't have any brought in this is the web. So we have code snippets that are available here in the library, and these would be the ones right into here. And it's okay for us to use these here. And so I think it's going to probably be okay for us to use some of those other ones and bring them in. So can you see Adobe Flash on the screen right now?
Yes.
Adobe Flash, okay. All right. Okay, so that's what the discussion will be about. And let's do this. Let's take a short break, and I will talk to the associate dean, communicate with her, and I'll pause our meeting so that we can. In fact, let me bring up this one thing here. Does it say 10-minute break on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
It does. But when we're watching the video, you'll be looking at that 10-minute break screen for 10 minutes. It don't pause.
I skip through the 10-minute breaks.
I do too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is it kind of like frozen there? Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, I think maybe I will stop the recording so that it doesn't take up 10 minutes. Does it say assignment 3, final animation and interactivity?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this week we're going to take those documents that we created last week and then create the different states for animation on the timeline. And then we'll add the interactivity so it's finished functioning self-promo piece for both the web version and the mobile version. So we have the links for some of the tutorials, and we'll work on that. And we also have some of the ideas from your week 3 discussion for the JavaScript. And so what we're going to do now is what I like to do is look at your storyboards, both of you, and then let's start planning your animation. So now I think I might have your storyboards downloaded already. Let me double check if I have those, because I want to start planning interactivity with you. Let's see. Hold on. Rhonda, here it is. Okay, Rhonda, let's plan your interactivity. And so, do you see your storyboard on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the beginning of your animation, I think you have like freckles that pop. Now, what is your current plan for that? Are the freckles going to stay the same size?
Well, when I was going through this week, I mean, I still will have freckles on my board, but I'm not sure if I want them to pop or slide and move. I tried to do that on my Flash, and then I don't know what I did, but it just kept all moving together and not going back and forth. I have to go in there and actually, I think, do one line or one little second. So one to be on there 1 second, one to disappear, something like that.
Okay. So do you want it kind of like to sparkle like stars, like a star sparkles and then it fades, and another star sparkles and then fades, and
Yes.
you want that type of effect?
Yes.
All right. So and do you want different sizes?
I could, because, I mean, I have freckles. That's where the freckle frog comes in. And, I mean, each one of them are different sizes and shapes and everything, but I just did circles.
Sure. So one thing you could do is animate the circle itself, and then create an animation for that, and then include that animated object and an instance of that for each of these. So so that's one thing you can do for that. Do you remember how to create an animated? And I was going to say, one of the things you could do is with your animation is to use opacity for it to go in and out, to kind of come and go. So the opacity of, for example, an object would make it appear and then disappear, and then appear and disappear.
Okay.
So
would I do that on the same timeline, or would I do it, on the same, like in each different section, like I was talking about, the different seconds? If I go like 5 seconds, it's showing, and then go 5 seconds later, and then it fade? Or how would I do that?
So So you have your background, and you'd have your. Are you going to animate your text at all? Is it going to come in and go out, or how is that? Let's see. The text. What's your plan for the text? This to be. Now, do you have that? Do you have the font for that already?
Yes, I do. It's the
Okay.
Park Lane. And what I did on this on the second week is I made buttons for all like the book covers and the picture restoration and everything, like all the when they click the buttons, then it'll go to that page.
Yeah. And
because I was trying to figure out what I needed to do to make it like when it clicks to that one, then it'll show that page animating. And then and I was trying to do it, and I said, well, let me figure this out. And I know I will, but it's just taking me a little time.
yeah, I don't have the font. Did you say Park Lane?
Park Lane. Let me open mine up so I can.
If you'd like, we can just, if you want, you can share your screen and we could use your fonts and everything.
Sure, let me.
I don't think I have it. I'm looking for it on the web to see if I can download it. Park Space Lane font. Yeah, I can download it. See if I can get it. I think I probably would have to, I think I have to. I don't think it's going to dynamically install the font. I think I might have to go out and come back in. Oh, there it is. How about that? Okay, cool. So that's cool. It dynamically, just by me going in and out of this menu, it'll go. I installed that font, and it automatically did it. Now, what about the thing underneath the designs? What font is that?
Let me find it real quick. It's here in my thing. Hold on.
It's probably some sort of script font. No. I wonder what the font size is.
I had to open my AI file to. Well, okay. It is called Precious.
Precious font. Wow, that's a pretty one. I'm on thefont.com. For those of you who don't know how to go get fonts,
I love the font.
okay, so I just downloaded it. Okay, so I got that. Precious. Precious. Huh, that one's not showing up. Let me save this. I'm gonna exit out and see if going back in is gonna load that font. It should. That is strange. I don't know why it's not installing. I'm not sure. I can't get it to install. I'm gonna have to use a different one.
That's fine.
Huh. Yeah, I can't explain why it's not installing for me. All right, well, I'll just use a different font here. That's not bad. Okay. Okay, so we got freckled fog designs. Oh, you got little things over. Oh, I don't know if I'll take time for that. Now let's do some. What we'll do is we'll create.
Are you on the flash screen?
Yeah, do you see flash on the screen right now?
No, I just see the project self-promotion.
Oh, it's because that's funny. I've been, what do you see now?
Just the same, the project self-promotional interactive.
Okay, how about now?
It's the same, but it has like a white screen on the side.
Yeah. It's still showing her project.
Let's see. Okay, what's on the screen?
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
Is
And
it
then
flash?
it's there.
Pardon me?
Yes, that's a flash.
Okay, good.
I believe you, no, it's close to it. I thought it was the same.
Yeah, I ended up doing something a little different because I couldn't find the other one. Okay, so next we do next we're going to do animations of a circle. So what we want to do is I'll lock the we haven't yet done any actions. I think that actions left over from a second ago where I was just going to remove that for now. The actions layer. Oh, that was on the action layer. I didn't know that. Let's see. Okay, let me copy, cut, paste. Paste. Okay. This is the layer. I want to lock that and then here. Delete that for now. Okay, so we got that. Now let's do these circles that are like getting larger or coming and going. And so let's do another layer here. And on this layer, this one we'll call title. Now, I think you want this, is your plan for this the title to appear and then fade out? Or what's your transition between these two?
I was going to
resolve,
carry one of the freckles into the book covers, see where it looks like they're like painting onto the bar. And but I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. So I don't know how it's going to transition to those dots, those freckles coming down to create the brown on the bottom.
Okay. So these are going to eventually become these. And is that like a drop?
Right. They're like little drops.
Okay. So let's see.
I may have made them backwards now looking at them, but
Yeah. When you think of drop, drop images. Is this kind of the concept?
yep, and I did do them backwards.
That's okay. All right, so let's see. So your thought is to take these spots and animate them to become drops, and then the drops. Are you moving? So these can transition to a drop in this form.
Right.
And then once they've done that, they become drops.
Then that's my pattern for the rest of the scene.
Yeah. Okay, so when coming to this slide, I will drop some freckles in to make the brown on the bottom. So are you thinking, one thing, you could have the drops drop, and then the level of the brown can start off like 1 pixel high. And then as the drops drop onto it, it's kind of like drops. Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I was, but I wasn't sure how I was gonna, make like that was my initial thought, was to make it look like it was dropping to fill up, and then just go ahead and make the pictures flop or flip, and then I wanted the little frog to appear, to click on it to make the books flip, and it's at the bottom. And I wanted to animate the tongue on the frog. I may have to redo the frog to make its tongue to animate the tongue.
So let's start with the spots, and then we need to morph them into becoming drops. Spots that become drops, and then drops that then move down to the bottom here. So I'm going to click on the oval tool, hold down the shift key, and we're on layer 2. I'm going to change it, call it spots, and then hold down the shift key and make a circle. And the color, I want that to be like a brown. Then I'm going to convert that into I can go right click, and I want to convert it into a symbol, and we'll call it a spot. And okay, click on the library, there's our spot. So obviously you can take and drag these out and all over now.
No, I didn't know that, but yeah, now I do.
Okay. And
as you'll see when you look at my work this week, I have the freckles lined all up on the top.
Okay. If you ever want to move one, you got to click on your selector and then move it. So, so these are called instances. And each of them actually have entry over here. They're instances of the same spot. If you double click on them, you actually
you were fixing to answer it. You were fixing to answer my question.
Oh.
If I could move just one spot at a time, like in the animation.
Okay, so repeat your question. I think I must have missed your question.
My question was, would I be able to move just one by doing that? By clicking on just one of them and moving one of the freckles, and or do I have to make different freckles?
If the animation is different, the behavior of the animation, you'll have to create a different spot.
Okay.
But if the animation is the same, then you can use the same object. So so here, when you double click on the spot in the library, you have the object. You can right click on it, and then you can choose a certain type of tween, a shape tween, for example. And because we're inside the spot, we actually have a new timeline. It's kind of like going into a room of a house, and the whole timeline changes. See, the timeline out here is scene 1. That's its own timeline. But when you go into the timeline of an object that you're going to animate, then we have a new timeline. So it's kind of like time within time. And so this particular spot, let's say, I think we were thinking of like maybe making it larger or smaller or something like that.
You said the opacity in and out.
Oh yeah, that was one idea. I remember that too. And so let's say a 30 if we let's say maybe insert a keyframe here and scrub to there. So if we scrub it here, it's that size, and then here we can make it smaller. So that's what this one is. It's the free transform tool. And we can make it smaller. You hold the shift key down, it'll do that. And then if we want, we can, let's see, jump to 60, insert another keyframe. And here we get back to 60, the object, we can make it so that it's large again. Then you can see how it did that.
That's pretty neat.
So then here, when we're back in our scene 1, and so now that particular animation of that is 30 frames long. So we'll select both of these. In fact, it was 60 frames long. So insert keyframes here. And you hit enter, you can see how they're, I wonder if I should just make it longer here. So, you know, they're all doing the same behavior. If we wanted to have different behavior, then we'd have to create a different spot, which is fine. We can just duplicate this and, you know, have another spot. So we just big spot or something like that. And it would have its own behavior that would be different in that you could maybe start off with it being big. My mouse is, there we go. Oh, I keep hitting control instead of shift. It's shift when you want it to
uniform.
So now all these are spots, they're not big spots. So now I have to drag out some big spots because all the little spots are going to do what they want to do. And I need to have big spots. We can always change how big they are. Those are pretty big.
Yeah, they look cute.
Let's see. Okay, so a big spot. Maybe it's when I dragged them out, I wasn't paying attention. I think I wasn't paying attention where my head was. I need to scrub to the beginning here. Do that drag and drop again because I wasn't paying attention. I think the scrub head was over here at the time. And when I dragged them over, they ended up coming to life in frame 153, and that's it, you know. So they were short-lived.
That's fine because I'm learning by your mistake.
Good.
I'll do the same thing, trust me.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them a little bit smaller. Let's see. Oh, see, that was frame 60. I was gonna watch. I was gonna watch for that for your scrub head because wherever this scrub head is, that's the frame you're impacting. So let's try it again. Okay, that's looking a little better. Okay, see, there's the scrub head. We're on the spots layer, and then I'm going to click over here in the big spot. These are all just spots. They're going to all have the same behavior. And, you know, you could end up having like 7 or 8 different spots here if you kind of want them all to shimmer at different, you know, some be big at one point, small at another. So, you know, you can play around with this and you just do right click, duplicate, and then, you know, have spot 1, spot 2. So you could, for that matter, you could even have each of them be unique. But I'm kind of, you know, taking advantage of the fact that I know that if I animate one, I animate them all. So let me see. So that's good there.
With the bigger spots, it does look like a frog, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like a frog.
Yeah, you could come up with several sizes that start off and. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So what we could do, so that kept going. Let's see. I think it's because I only had these live till the big one just lived and died, I think, right in here. And I think because I had done it the way I did with the previous little ones, they lived again here. So let me show you what I mean. So here, both big and little live, but watch this. I think right here, the little ones and big ones die right there. But then the little ones have come back to life because I literally added them here again. So this is kind of like they have a second life. Big ones, I haven't done that. And it's all because I had first created it for 60 frames. And then, so it's only the little ones that are living in this second set things here. So can we just, if we do that, we move that frame there. Let's see, I just deleted the frame. I want to, I kind of want to get rid of this in here so that these things continue to live and don't die. And I say die, I mean literally just come off the, stop, their life comes to an end because I haven't, I've got this here. If we insert frames, we'll extend their life if we insert one, if we do it like that. But I want to remove that from there. That the blank square means things go away, and so there's no objects there. So when you scrub, they live and then they die right there. See that? They die. But these have come back to life because I dragged them here. I actually extended it. So while I think about that, let me go back into the little spots. I kind of want to see if you change the behavior of one little spot, do you end up changing them all? So if they're all coming from the same instance. So I make these just a little bit bigger. Now, actually, I wanted to change this from being, what I think I want to do is make this one get bigger while the other ones get smaller. So instead of this one going smaller, I'm going to just delete this. And so this one is going to get bigger here. So at this keyframe, let's see, I'll go here, insert a keyframe. And so when it's here at frame 30, I want this one to first of all, I want this one here. I hope that I'm not encountering a bug right now because it's not letting me select it's not letting me select this thing right now. It's not locked. So every once in a while, things happen that, and I actually exit out of Flash and go back in. When it's not doing what I expected to do, I sometimes reset it like that. I actually saved everything and then I went out and came back in. So now we were working on little spots behaviors, and all I wanted to do was select it. See, now I can select it. So yeah, I can't explain why that worked, I can't. And I think maybe let's say I have to just insert a keyframe. That might have been the problem. And then we scroll back to here. So, all right, I had to insert a keyframe, then it let me edit it. So I think it was just wanting to say, hey, if you want me to do something different, you have to insert a keyframe so that I can do that thing different there. Because I was trying to make it, trying to select it, even though I hadn't introduced a keyframe. It's the keyframe that gives it permission to do something different than what it's currently doing. And so it resets it. So we scrub it here. It's small, large, small. Okay, so I like that because now when we come back to our scene, I think the effect we're going to have is the big ones will get smaller while the small ones get bigger. But it'll end right in here because I haven't yet fixed that. So, well, actually, yeah, let's try it. All right, so it's only showing me, see scene one, it's only big, small. Okay, scene one. See, this is weird because I don't see my small ones now. Okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to save. I'm literally going to exit out of Flash, go back in, and I'm hoping that they'll reappear. I haven't. That's working fine. I haven't turned off the layer. What happened to them? Oh, they're there now. Isn't that weird?
What did you just hit?
Well, I just dragged another instance out there.
Oh, okay. That is weird.
But I like that effect right there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Brings your eyes to it, you know.
Yeah, like some are getting bigger while others are getting smaller. So I actually don't know why that stopped working because you can see the spots there now. They're there now.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It stops at 60.
I'm selecting them and just removing them. Huh. You can zoom in and zoom out on your timeline right here. Kind of want a different. jump to the beginning, start over. So what I did is I removed those keyframes that had been in there, and then I extended out the timeline. I had those keyframes in there that had introduced just a spot starting over. And so I got rid of all that and then just added more frames, inserted a keyframe, and that allowed these things to live continuously rather than coming to an end there. They're at 60 frames. So now these things are living out through 195 frames. You can jump to the beginning, press that. And you might even want to alternate, we could create another layer and one for the big spots. And let's see what I could do. Let's see. I have the shift key held down. What I'm thinking of doing is moving the big spots to its own layer. I'm going to do a Command X to cut, and then come up here. I can actually turn off little spots, come up to big spots, and do tactic. And then I can do a Command D. So now, big spots are on their own layer, little spots are on their own layer. So let's try that. See now, what did I do? I must not have. Let me turn off big spots. Oh, I just copied them. I didn't cut them. I thought I cut them. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and cut these from this layer. Now the reason I'm headed in this direction, I'm thinking of, I'm just going to click the delete key. I think that's supposed to be up here. Yeah, they are. Okay, good. Kind of doing all sorts of fancy stuff. I was thinking of like moving the animation of the big spots to be offset by like 30 frames so that they are kind of coming and going at different rates. I'm just going to do a remove frame. I think it's removing the frame, but I think it's just the objects are still there. So I do it like that and press play. Let's see. They start to live there. Maybe that's not going in a good direction. My goal is to try to make them up. But actually, I think that the effect that I'm trying to get at is actually here, where I should drag this. Let's see if this works. I drag this 30. And then come here and see if that. Let's see, back to the big spot. Drag that there. I'm trying to make it do the opposite reaction, opposite, so I just shift. I didn't do it. I'm gonna stop on that. I'm kind of playing around with it a little bit too much. So my goal was to not have them in sync. You know, they're kind of in sync, coming and going. And anyways, you can play around with that. Now let's go from this to the next step in your animation, which is to convert them into drops. So let's see. Now we're going to go back to our big spot animation, and what we want to do here. Actually, I think I'll back that up a little bit. Okay. So we're in the big spot, right? Yeah, we're in the big spot. You know when you're in the big spot. See, it says big spot right there. And so that puts us in, we're working on just big spot. And we come up here to scene 1, that means we're back in our full animation. So to get into the big spot, you double click on the entry in the library, and then it puts you into here. If you want to go in the little spot animation, you double click on it, and it would be little spot. So here's big spot. Okay, so the thing I want this to do is to make this turn into a drop. So let's see if right over here, we now want to create another like a shape animation. Let's see, maybe we'll go to here, insert a keyframe, and now here we want to click on this and see if we can. It takes a little bit of playing around with it. Know exactly. I want to grab one. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this one to. I want to get this. Okay, give me a second while I figure this one out. Let's see. I'm going to pull this side down, but as a point. I had it as.
You need a direct selection tool for that.
The right selection tool.
Direct.
Direct?
Not the white one. Below it, yeah, that one. Well, it ain't. Yeah, that should be.
Wait a minute, I'm doing the wrong side.
No, I'm laughing because I did the same thing.
Yeah. Is that kind of what you were thinking?
Yes, that's pretty cool.
Hey, Billy, thanks for that. I appreciate you helping me on that.
No problem. Glad I could do something.
Let's see what it looks like. It's just going to be the big spot doing it, so the other ones won't be doing it. Let's see what it looks like.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. So the reason why we got to be careful about the length of our animations here, because this one's, we're forcing it to go 195 frames, whereas we're only providing it enough content, quote unquote, to go 120. So we have to be consistent here. Let's see. That's funny looking. All right, so then we would have like the regular size spot. Let's see, this is maturing at 60, and our other spot is going on at 120. So go back to regular spot, and then click at 120, insert keyframe, and so there you go. Oh, something else happened there. I think it's because, let's see, what else was happening there? See, we're at 120. It might be because we just have a couple more frames there, 123. Okay, so 120. Oops, I didn't think to do that. Here's why I'm moving the frame. Okay, so 120, 120, and then our scene. Is that right? I got that just right? Because you want to have them coincide. Okay. Yeah, okay. So hopefully this will clean that up. Because a second ago, it kind of did some more things right at the end there. Okay, what's that? What was that last thing?
Looks like it did something around 100 or maybe even 90. I'm not sure.
I wonder where my scrub was on the spot. Kind of looks normal. Huh. I don't know. Where is this happening? I don't see anything going on up in here. Okay, so it's not that layer. Man, which one did I just do? There, that's one that's wrong. So it's big spots, because I just turned off spots. Big spots is doing this. So this is layer. So it's the big spots animation. So this is the one that's the bad guy. And yet I don't see it. I don't see where it goes.
I don't either.
This is the animation of the big spot. 60, 120. Ah, it's kind of a mystery right now. That animation, 120 frames, so it's the same length. It's not like it's shorter than. Huh. Let's see. Let's see. Frames per second. 24 frames per second. 24 frames per second. 24 frames per second. I'm going to save everything and exit out just in case it's something weird going on with Flash.
Yeah, that's your question.
Yeah.
How long you been recording for?
Oh, I hope. Oh, it's 9:30. Oh, wow. Looks like we've run over time.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, I ain't got no problem with it. I just know the ones that's looking at the video. It's gonna be old. It's about 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Where I am is 10:30, 10:40.
Huh. All right. Well, I don't know what that's doing that. Okay. So, anyways, the next thing, I won't take any more of your time. But the next thing that we would do.
I mean, I ain't worried about my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about as far as recording sake.
Yeah. The first one I'll put with last week's, and then these from starting at like 7:30 to 9:30. I'll put that one with this week's. So next thing, okay. So now we've got to get these things moving downwards, and so the spot. It's going to be a drop, and then we got to get it to move down. And so let's see, 180, 210, 215, 240. Insert keyframe. Now we want this thing. wanted to move off the stage. So, yeah, I just wanted to move off the stage down towards the bottom. So, I kind of messed it up right there at the end, but let me see how this is going here. Yeah.
I see I'm going to have a lot of fun.
This is actually kind of fun to do this one. So, okay, let's see here. Spots. I've turned off the sound. See, I didn't go very far. And spot drops. See, I wanted to go off the stage, and I was having trouble inside the instance of revealing because I want to have it to go off stage, and I'm wondering if I can accomplish that within the animation of the object itself, or if I'm going to have to do that out in this, have an animation take place out here that gets it off the stage. So, yeah, because my goal is to get it out down here off the stage. Yeah, you might end up making more drops because they're only going so far. I'm getting these off the stage, but you may end up creating just lots of different spots here and have them, get them off the stage because these are only going as far as, because I need to get them all off the stage, or frankly, I need to get them to come down. And then at a certain point, when the first one's hit, you'd have a line of brown going down here. The next one's hit, it would be 2 lines of brown. The next line's hit, it would be 3 lines of brown. Either that or you could have like an animation that starts with as a line here, and then the tween makes it grow bigger. That might be, and I think I better sign off for tonight, but that might be the animation that you do there. So once you have that, you have the drops dropping into there, and then this will grow. The brown puddle will grow, and it will just stop at a certain point. And there's a chance that you might want to have that to be a shape animation that starts off one line and then ends up being the tween here of a tween that goes to this brown area right here.
Okay. I'll just play with it and see how it'll work. But that's the main part of it, was the speckles, to see how they were gonna go into that.
Okay, good. You could create this type of effect if you want, to flash those lines on the animation, the lines you've got there. And then also, I didn't do any fading out of the freckled frog here, but that would be the property, would be the opacity property on that, and you change it to down to 0.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to sign off for tonight. I'll go ahead and upload this recording. And then Wednesday night, I'm going to do some interaction, using JavaScript.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And then, Billy, are you good to go? Are you good?
Yeah. As far as getting last week, I ain't turned in. Then I'm gonna have to. But I do have a question. Since I did that assignment wrong, and I done already went over into animating part that should be done this week, do I just need to go back and redo those the way you showed me to, and just send that in, and not what I've done already?
No, you don't want. I don't need you to waste your time doing that, because I'll know what you've done. So just go ahead and submit what you've got, and I, just keep going.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to do the mobile one anyway, because I didn't even do it. I've been spending all that time on the desktop doing the wrong thing. So now I got to go back and do the mobile one like you showed me.
Yeah. Now, if you want, because there's misunderstanding, if you want, I can just let you take this week also to do the mobile. That way, you're not hard pressed to get something in from last week.
It won't be no big deal, because I got to get that 50 off my. That I can't stand grades like that. I ain't never had them before. And uncharted territory for me. Do you have the week one that you can grade so I can get that pulled up soon? I submitted it, but I don't know if you got it.
Did I not grade it?
No.
Oh wow. Was it? Did you turn it in late? Is that why?
I turned it in. It was late a little, but we already had talked about it.
Okay.
And right after you sent me a message, I turned it in, but I hadn't got a grade on it yet.
Okay. All the late homework I haven't yet graded, but I'll be working on that tonight.
Okay. So I should have some more stuff in by tomorrow.
All right. That sounds great.
From last week's assignment, I can get that done, get it turned in. I might see it. It's 11 o'clock here. I might see it. I don't know. Might do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.